Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We back again with another In the Car Chronicles. Y'all already know what I need y'all to do with this video right here, man. Turn this one up for me, man. Like, share, subscribe. So, y'all, let's get it. Let's go. But we're gonna call this story right here today, man. He got mad. Crazy situation right here, man. But we are on Lawrenceville for this one, man. And I can remember being in 40 building for this one, y'all. And like, for real, like this is a time, man, where like I got a little couple dollars. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Like some news that just kind of came down at the play that I actually was rocking. It got disrupted, man, by, you know, a lot of unknown sources. It was a lot of rumors. I actually was in a car with somebody else, man. You know what I mean? So, like, we had a good thing going for, like, probably, like, 2 plays. And I guess people got mad that I was in the car, man. Like, you know, I'm not really going to speculate on it. If you heard in old stories that me say about this, then you might know what I'm talking about. But, like, I think people got mad that I was in the car and the play ended up being over with, man. So, like, with that happening, man, like, I was still jobbing in a good situation because my man had a cell phone for one, and for two, man, I made a couple dollars. Like I was treating that round right there like this is the last round of Paris right here, kind of like, because I knew I was going home soon. Like I was getting prepared to go home. You know what I mean? I'm like 2.5 years or something like that. Just seeing my bro bald head hit the street, like, you know what I mean? So like I knew I was getting short. So like I already knew that on this pack right here, I had to kind of make it count. So I kind of was really getting to the bag, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really selling it. Like, you know, of course I mess with the la here and there, but like, it wasn't like how it was the last time. Like, I'm not in a par with a lot of dudes that I really know and rock with, man. I just so happened to get lucky on that play I was telling you about. And that's how I started winning for a second, man. Like, I really didn't even want that to happen. I really wanted to stay in retirement because I kind of was in retirement for this right here, man. But like, it's so much stuff going on over there. Like, when I got sent to 40 building, like, it was just like 30 building. And matter of fact, it was like everybody from 30 building was starting to come over there. So it's like everything be switching on sides of the yard. Like it be like that sometimes. So like everybody that I jive used to rock with in 30 building was jiving 40 building now. So like I was kind of cool with 40 building, especially after I got the horn and everything was going smooth, man. But like it's so many people in the block that's doing stuff in there, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. So like they brought these new rookies in, man. When rookies first come to the compound, dudes be drooling. I'm telling y'all, man, like dudes be like all over these women, man. Like Lawrenceville is so loose, pause, when it comes to like rookies starting and coming to the pod, man, you'll see it, man. Dudes will find out that they on the compound and dudes will start putting clothes on. I talked about this, man. Dudes will come out looking crispy, they best outfit, you know what I mean? They best pair of jeans. They had a sweatsuit in the cut the whole time. They had the Nikes in the cut the whole time. You might see a dude come out with some Air Force Ones he had in the cut. I'm telling you, man, when they find out them women coming in, man, dudes be tightening up, man. You might catch a few dudes working out with their shirt off game. Everybody just be on a whole nother wave with that, man, because they already know when those rookies come through, it's gonna be 85% women. It's probably going to be about 4 dudes, and the rest women out of like a 16 pack. So like dudes just gonna be all over the place. So they end up bringing in a whole rack of new women. That's basically around this time right here. Like, but Lawrenceville would do that though. Lawrenceville will bring in COs that, you know what I mean, every quarter or something like that. You'll see a bunch of new COs or whatever. Now, if they're gonna last, that's gonna know. But when they came in this time around, like everybody was drooling, like it was so many of them, like I'm just on the top tier looking down at them, you know what I mean? But like it was a lot of them, like, and when they come in, they wear black sweatsuits. Like they don't have on the uniform or nothing like that. They make them all wear black sweatsuits. So if you a female, they got a nice butt, like, you know what I mean? That's going to be known in that black sweatsuit. So dudes be in there going crazy, man. Like I wish I could really show y'all like what I'm talking about, how it be when them COs come through like that, the rookies, man. So like I remember when the rookies that came through, man, and I can remember it was so many Barracudas in my block. Like you wouldn't even know who the Barracudas are until you see them in action, man. And like, and you know, I'm in that building, I'm in that pod, 41 pod, but like I'm job new slightly because I just got over there not too long ago, probably like 3 months, you know what I mean? I've been over there. So like I haven't really seen dudes in action. And, you know, you'll have females come in and dudes and stay stuff, but the rookie game is different. So when the rookies came in this time, that's when I witnessed all the Barracudas. They came out of everywhere. They was just You know what I mean? I told you outfits, posted up, catching sweet spots when they know they're going to be walking at where they can catch them and just say anything. Like, I'm telling you, man, dudes is serious about this, man. So I remember when the rookies came in, man, all the CEOs that came in, like I told you, it was probably like 6 dudes, rest women. You know what I mean? Like, so out of all of them, like, I couldn't even really zero in on everybody. It was too many of them. But I remember seeing them there. Then we end up going to dinner, and it'd be the same thing. Dudes will put their best on to walk to dinner. I wouldn't care if it's the Sloppy Joe tray over there. You hear me? Dudes is gonna put their best gear on, y'all. So boom. Kidding me? They got them rookies over there, man. Dudes gonna go bananas, man. So like, I remember seeing them in the pod and in the chow hall. We go to the chow hall, it's the same routine. They be out there, they be seeing us, some of them patting us down and everything. They let the women pat you down. Lawrenceville was out of control, man. I'm telling you, that joke was wild, man. So like, dudes is craving for these ladies, basically, man. Like, everybody's just waiting to see who gonna get their stripes and who gonna be working well, because dudes then like kind of like, even if it's just a sentence that lets somebody know you recognize me, you remember me, I said something to you. If you come in my building, I got to have you. So it be like that. So like, when I had first got over there, like on the strength that I was getting money over there, that's how I ended up getting a job fast. I didn't even need a job, but for real, I had to get a job because I was down getting short of my time. So when I went up for my last annual review, that's what they said I needed. So once I started getting a little money over there, it was a dude that worked in the council office, and he asked me, did I want a job? He was like, you ain't got to do nothing but just go to the gym and go get all the playing cards and the checkerboards and the, you know what I mean? Like, if new chess pieces, something like that, just refill stuff. He was like, that's all you got to do, bro, every Friday. I was like, what? That's it? He was like, yeah. So I signed up for that job, ended up getting a job, welling like a super welling. But I got the gig though. So like with the gig, that had me kind of like, I was able to mingle out in the pod. Like, you know what I mean? It was like they had a list of people that had jobs. And if your name was on that list, it kind of gave you the power of, sometimes if you missed the door, if you just out there, like you looking like you working and cleaning, they wouldn't say nothing to you. So sometimes I'll be able to Jeff on a night shift sometimes. Like, it depends. But like, a lot of the times I'm still out in the pod. So like, I'll say from the time of when we saw the rookies come through super deep, now this is probably like 3 weeks later. So like 3 weeks later, this is how fast Lawrenceville pushes them in. Like 3 weeks later, they start putting them in little spots. You know what I mean? Like, now they getting experience, like, yo, from the booth, from the floor, like they doing little stuff like that. They getting the experience. So when they did that, they threw like 3 joints over there, and 3 of them was on the first shift and 3 of them was on the other shift. So like when the first 3 got over there, you know what I mean? Like, this still isn't a lot that they're gonna be working our pod or working our building. They could be going anywhere once they get fully they stripes. So they came through and did that, and it was dudes down on them. So this is when I first noticed one of the ladies, and like this lady was job decent. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, we gonna call her, man, Miss B. But Miss B, she was decent. Like, she was decent. She wasn't even old at all. She was probably like 30. And she was one of those, like, she wasn't scared to work around people with the black sweatsuit on. She wasn't even scared. Like, she was looking at dudes and giving dudes feedback and talking. So by the time she done came to our building, this is the type of dude, this is the type of lady that dudes be after. Kind of tall, you know what I mean? Got a nice body, light skin, got braids, you know what I mean? Nice booty. Like, dudes is drooling. So it's one particular dude that I know, you know what I mean? He down on her. Like, for real, like I say, it ain't gonna make no difference if she's not gonna be working our pod or our building. Like, I mean, you might still can get in. It depends how you work your magic. I'm not even gonna, you know, limit nobody, how nobody can get some, you know what I mean? Get at a lady in prison, because I'm telling you, man, like, I done seen it all. But at the end of the day, it was one dude on him, man. We gonna call him Malcolm, man. So I knew Malcolm, man. Malcolm was actually from the town, man. You know what I mean? But that's not his real name. But at the end of the day, he was a dude that like, he won't into like being a goon or being crazy. Nah, he was into like fly guy type of stuff. He trying to get at the women. You know what I mean? So like, I seen him kind of have a little good, you know what I mean? Good little run when he was on the other side with me at one time, because I was on the other side with him. He was a 60 building, because that's where he was at. He was like an 80, 60 building for a while. Then we got back up in 40 building, you know what I mean? So he be jive down on the lady. So he down on this lady right here, the light-skinned lady. He down on the top, and she jive getting him feedback. Bro want no lame dude, though, pause. Like, he won't know, like, he used to work out, you know what I mean? He didn't look like he was a chump. He didn't look like he was lame, you know what I mean? He was cool dude. So he was down on her. Shorty was giving him feedback. So he basically just roped her the whole time she was there, doing the little 2-3 days. So by the time the 2-3 days was over, she didn't work our building. She didn't work our building. And it was crazy because we was the only building. They didn't put no females in yet, man. You got dudes on the other side of y'all like, yo, man, they got the lady that was the rookie, the big booty, the chubby one. Yeah, she over there. That's all you hearing all the time. I'm like, well, y'all got rookies, but they ain't even putting none in our building yet. I don't know why they took so long putting them in our building, man, but just hearing about them from the other side, man, I already know dudes in my building was getting their best outfits ready, y'all. So boom, So I'll say a week from hearing that the rookies are already like working their posts or whatever. Now they end up putting them in our building. And I remember we end up waking up one morning and it was a whole new shift. And this was crazy right here, man. It was the light-skinned lady that my man was talking to, my homeboy Malcolm. It was the light-skinned lady. And it was another little short lady, man. And it was shaped like a sweet potato. She was shaped like a sweet potato, man. And she had looked like a freaking, like, you know, like them dolls that you put your hand in and you can control them. And she, man, that's my word, man. She is, man, look, she was giant hit, man. And like her hair, like was receding. Like she still used to wear the ponytail and like her forehead was, like she was hit though, man. She had kind of looked like a freaking Count Dracula on steroids in the face, man. I'm talking about, man, like if I can describe how this other lady had looked, man, like she was super hit. I ain't even gonna lie. Like she had, man, like for real, she was to the point where like, I didn't even really look at her like, yo, I'm lusting or none of that, man. Like I just seen that she was working. She was a female that had a boobs and a butt, like, but I couldn't really lust because the other lady, the light-skinned lady, is a showstopper, man. Like she's showstopper. I'm talking about, she got everybody in the pod drooling. The whole pod, y'all. I'm talking about everybody in that joint drooling, man. So like now the lady that the ugly lady that's working on the floor, we're gonna call her Miss Anderson. Now Miss Anderson, she working on the floor. And like she the first one, the other lady, the nice looking lady in the booth, but she was on the floor early in the morning time, so they done switched it up. So it's another dude that I know. I ain't gonna say what city he from, but I used to rock with him though. I ain't even gonna lie. We gonna call him Chuck, man. But I used to rock with Chuck, man. You know what I mean? Chuck was a cool guy. For real, same routine as my homeboy Malcolm. They both down on him. They super down on him crazy. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, like if they never had no good luck that I witnessed. Now I'm not saying before me they probably did or whatever, but I never witnessed them getting no women. You know what I mean? Everybody don't be getting them for real. I don't care how long you talk to them. But at the end of the day, they both was the type to kind of be down on the women, man. Chuck and my homeboy Malcolm, man, they both used to be down on the women, man. But like for real, Miss Anderson first came in the block and she was on the floor. She came and did her rounds. She ain't say nothing to nobody. She ain't harass nobody about nothing. And after she did her rounds, she came and posted up on the little brick wall jank. So she posted up on the brick wall jank, you know what I mean? The only person that had the freaking kahunas, man, to really pull up on her was my homeboy Chuck. Now Chuck, like, we weren't homeboys, but like me and him was cool. Like, but like I ain't gonna lie, like for real, he never was in the block with me before through my whole stint on Lawrenceville. So like he was a dude that used to get the tobacco. So I done business with him getting the tobacco, and sometimes he'll get the loud for me. You know what I mean? Like we used to do it like that. And it was just so crazy how everybody was just meeting up in this building, the 40 building basically, in the 41 part. And I got with him in that joint. Like when we seen each other in there, we finally was able to kick it. And you know, he turned out to be an alright dude though, man. Like he just trying to get some money. That's all he trying to do. And if he can bag a woman in the process, that used to be his mission too. So like for real, that's the type of like friendship me and Chuck had. We won't like crazy homeboys or nothing like that, but he still will holler at me sometimes. I will holler at him. Chuck just not too long. He had a phone, him and this other dude that he used to rock with, that used to be in the pod, like on the next, I think he was in 42 pod. He wasn't in 43. I think it was 42. But yeah, his homeboy was over there. He had a phone with, and the dude ended up getting tore off with the jack. So right now he don't have a jack. He never asked me to use my jack, but still though, me and him still kind of like, if he would, I would let him use it because I know it wouldn't just be for no boo loving. He'll be trying to do business with the jank, man. So like seeing Chuck pull up on the sweet potato looking lady, man, Miss Anderson, like I won't trip it. I won't trip it, man, because I'm like, man, like for real, Chuck will be the one to get on. Like, but for real, like the other light-skinned lady was just like, she was just really loose though. I ain't even gonna lie. So Chuck spit at the lady for a minute. You know, he spit at her, you know what I mean? Good conversation. She dipped. So when she dipped, we see her go up in the booth. So she up in the booth. Now the stallion about to come on the floor. So now the other lady must come on the floor, Miss B. So she come down, she comes do her rounds. Dude can see her from the other, we seeing her from the top. They like, yo, she over in 31. Dude's like, yo, she over in 43 doing rounds. So she definitely doing rounds. So she definitely gonna come over here. So the door open up, slide open, ying, boom. My word, that's all you seen was kind of tall, light-skinned lady with braids coming through, man. I'm talking about looking super thick, man. She had thighs and a booty, man. I ain't gonna lie. She was coming through looking thick. So everybody in the jump drooling, you know what I mean? Everybody looking crazy. So she kicking it with people, but Malcolm was already on the top tier. Malcolm's cell was like not by the handicap, but the back wall cells next to the handicap. He was in the second one. So after she passed the showers coming from my side where the tier was at, she'll be going straight to where he was at. So she did her rounds on the bottom. Dudes were talking to her. Then she finally get upstairs. She do her rounds and she start walking this way. Then she get down there where Malcolm was at. You know, Malcolm put the hairlock on her. So she ended up just posting up on the railing. Like I told y'all, I be posted up on the railing. So she posted up on the railing, and him and her and bro, just was kicking it. Like, they was having a good conversation. I was like rooting for him. I'm like, this is crazy, but it be like that on Lawrenceville. It just be who gonna get them off the chain joints, man. Like, when them rookies come through, like, you want to get them off the chain joints. If you do get them, you got to get what you can off the top, and you know it ain't gonna last long. But like, if you can bag someone with quality, someone that's gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna make sure you straight and we can get money, those be the best ones to bag, y'all. So boom. So I'm just in the Raptors, man, hoping for both of these guys. Like, Lawrence is in the pod, Lawrence is in the pod, and I know I got a little bit of change. I ain't tripping because I got a little money. I done made a little money. Like, our little play that we was doing, that's a wrap, you know what I mean? But still, I done made a little money, and I got still a little bit of la-la, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm chilling, man, and I can buy what I want, but, like, I'm not even on it like that. I just like seeing dudes that be on these women like that. Like, they be real barracudas. To see a barracuda pay off with the situation, like, it's a magical thing to witness. So, like, I talked to both of these dudes, so I'm rooting for both of them. So Malcolm did his thing for a minute. Malcolm was down on Miss B for a minute, man, kicking it. She was laughing. She was, you know what I mean, hitting him in his shoulder. Like, that's how, man, Lawrenceville is crazy, man. So she stayed on the top tier so long that the lady in the booth had said, stand by for child, stand by for child. So when you say that, that's when she had to dip, because she got to go to the front of the building. So she finally dipped. I know it was so many dudes in the 2 pod, in the 42 pod, and the 43 pod that was super angry that lady never could make it back to their pod, man. I'm talking about Malcolm put the cuffs on this lady. He put the cuffs on this lady, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. So, like, for real, that's almost a beautiful thing, watching both of these dudes have situations in the making, you know what I mean? So we go to child, everything was normal. We come back from child. After we come back from child, I'm looking around. The lady, that's the nice looking lady, is still on the floor. I'm looking at her. Malcolm out in the hallway talking to her, you know what I mean? So Malcolm kicking it with her, everything straight, you know what I mean? So he hollered at her for a minute. He went back in the pod. So it's almost time for lockdown, you know what I mean? They're gonna switch shifts in a minute. So I'm standing over by my cell. So, like, I'm on the bottom tier on this joint, you know what I mean? So I'm standing by the cell, and I seen Malcolm come in. So Malcolm, when he came in, like, from talking to the lady, you know what I mean, he walked up. He was like, hey, bro, I need to holler at you too, man. I was like, what's up? He was like, man, it's important, bro. I was like, what's good, man? Like, what's up? Talk to me. He was like, man, got some good news, bro. I'm like, what's up? What you talk about? He was like, man, look, you the only one I can tell this junk to. I said, man, what did you talk about, bro? Like, what? He was like, man, I might need to use the jack.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.